Okay, sorry about that. This, to my mind, this is still continuing the first episode, but yeah. So I think my graphics drivers were updating in the background, and then I mean, I watched the video back. You can't really tell; it just sort of stops. But yeah, I had a huge, yeah, and the screen recording software stopped and crashed, and then everything just crashed. So I restarted, and yay for monthly autosaves. Definitely a recommend. This, I don't know if it's I give it. Victoria 2 is not as stable um, as most Paradox games. Yeah. Nope. Okay, good. Okay, have me right there. It's like, don't tell me I can't crash. I crash a lot. I'll show you a crash. Anyway, yeah, Vicky 2 seems reasonably crash prone. Um, excuse me, enough that, yeah, monthly autosave, definitely the way to go. Right. Things looking fine. More liberals, good. So, in terms of long-term plans, I have a truce with the Sikh Empire, so I can't go and bash them again for a bit. I could try and take Sind. They're not allied with anyone at the moment. And my allies over here should be able to take them fairly easily. I wonder if I use Establish Protectorate on them. 132 days. Okay, I could get up to 15 infamy for that. Let's do that. We need to secure this southern part. Colonial governor in Beaufort, Northern Cape into larger South African colonial administration. Excellent. So they've definitely gone in and added a lot of... okay, so that was going to happen. Definitely given a lot of historical events. There's been several firing in South Africa, for instance, to make Natalia, I think, exist. Natal. I know it's pronounced Natal, so is it Natalia? Or Natal? Anyway, I apologise for not being able to pronounce anything. Mission to Sin. In a rather embarrassing blunder... Okay, so they got caught. What are you talking about? I have no idea. Okay, we're not in a rush, so that's fine. Sardinia Piedmont, our best friend. Okay. Fine, whatever. Portugal is currently establishing a penal colony. Is that a thing in the game? Now, with this, let's go check Australia. Doesn't appear to be. Anyway, another Chartist society calling for the broadening of the voting franchise and an end to landed voting rights. Oh, great. So, the Irish. Fair enough. Oh, also, if anyone knows how you check what your accepted cultures are, that would be really handy. Coal in Bombay. What does Bombay currently produce? Sulfur. Sulfur's quite important. So, no. Liberal author. I'm not going to read all these out. It just takes phrases, right. I can either have people in Ulster becoming liberal, or I can have the entire middle class become more liberal, so I'll go for that one. I know it's less of an effect, but I'd rather choose something that affects the whole country rather than just one relatively unimportant province. Right. Aha! We can enact the following reforms. We can go for weighted universal, secret ballots, free press... No, okay. So 700,000 people want us to go to Weighted Universal. No one... Okay, so some people want free press, but not many. And nobody wants any of others. So this is something I've figured out after a long time, because I had a huge problem with anarcho-liberal rebels, like millions of them everywhere in the base game, and I didn't realise that they were basically annoyed that I hadn't enacted their social reform, but I didn't know I could do that because the little hammer had been active for a political reform that I didn't want to do, and I didn't know that a social reform would come up. So we're going to go to Weighted Universal. So, significantly more liberal now, because everyone can vote, just rich people's votes count more, somehow. Doesn't seem particularly fair. I think we should... okay, so we've lost a steel factory. I want steel. So go work in the steel factory and we'll pay for an expansion as well. That seems to fix them. And then I'll go back later and I'll get rid of the subsidies. But we're making plenty of money at the moment. Yes, we are. One thing I could do is reduce rich taxation a little bit. This seems to work like it did in the original game, where if you don't tax capital, well, I don't really care about aristocrats, but if you don't tax capitalists very much, so if they get their luxury needs fulfilled, then I think they start spending money on stuff you do want them to spend money on. A new newspaper. I hope I'm not in the obituaries. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, by the way, the leader of the Conservative Party, quite hilariously, I'll see if I can find it, is a raving loon. Which is really bad. But never mind, maybe he'll make the Conservatives unpopular. Youth of the United Kingdom Student Association. They must be allowed to express their opinions. Yes. Yes, lots of people becoming liberal, that's what we want. Constitutionalism... Oh, wait, what? How long have I not been researching in technology? Okay, that's really stupid of me. I don't know if it's like... like I really like in... if you've been watching the videos for Stellaris, it doesn't matter if you don't immediately choose it. Anyway, I don't have that many I can research. I only have these two before the next set unlock in 1850, so it's not a huge issue. Right, I can either have reinforcements or prestige. This would give me boot factories, which might be decent. Yeah, we'll do that one first. The Oriental Crisis. Oh, okay, so... one thing I do really like about Victoria 2 is the crisis system. So I think it's really nice idea. So presumably Egypt is now going to try and become independent, which is good because I definitely want to grab Egypt so I can build the Suez Canal. And when I say grab, I mean befriend. And if they don't want to be my friend, then they're going to have to be my friend. Again, yes, I have been watching the Stellaris blog stuff quite a lot. We have gained the established protectorate Casus against Sind. This allows us to annex them. Hooray! So we're going to have to be careful now because we're going to have to make sure our infamy goes basically back down to 0, because I know in a pop demand mod there is like the infamy wars you get are bad, whereas in the base game they're just annoying. and unexpected. In this, it's really clear. Basically, they'll say stop that, or we'll attack you. Right. So we can go to diplomacy. We can declare war. Everyone will join. Yes, good. We will establish a protectorate. Hooray! We have declared war on Sin. And yes, everybody has honoured. Oh no, apart from Hanover, but they're in Europe, so I don't care. And Portugal and Belgium joined in too. Okay, good. Good way of weeding out not great allies as well, I find. Anyway, we'll just let the Jodhpuri and Indore and all these other places just go in and deal with them. Because they only have 18 divisions. Well, they might do something like that. I can just send all my Indian divisions to go and smash them. Political reform does that plus 10%. Yes, good. 12-pounder cannons, good. Also good. I really want that. The malaria one invention to fire off. I also just in general, I think. One of the mistakes they made with Victoria 2 is it's too much like... It feels a bit like an add-on to Europa Universalis for me. I really liked the original game because it felt very unique. And there are quite a few little niggly things about the game that I would love them to fix if they ever do a third one, which I really want them to. Okay, so scathing. Okay. Okay, so again, I can choose to have everyone in Wales become more liberal, or all middle-class people in the UK become liberal. So, yeah, we'll go for that. And so, like, this is just, ugh. No, I don't like the combat system. I would love it if they had the Hearts of Iron 4 system. Like they have the draw plans and stuff here, right here, but they don't do anything. It would be really nice if you could do what you can do in Hearts of Iron 4, or at least what it looks like you can do from the videos, and make a plan and then tell them to execute the plan, and they'll go in and they'll do that, and you can just leave them to it. Right, research points plus 5, good. Anesthesia, don't care. Okay, so I finished technology research. The sound seems a bit wonky. I haven't noticed any of the event noises. Anyway, I can't be bothered fixing that. Muzzle-loaded rifles. Good. Okay, so Sind are offering us peace, and they are going to surrender. Good. Fine. So they've surrendered, and we have now acquired these 3 provinces, which gives us access to Kalat and Makran, which we'll probably target next. What does it produce? What's that? Okay, fruit. Fruit, sugar, and grain. So, yeah, decent. Frankfurt fears our might. Okay, well, so they should. But I really don't care about you, Frankfurt, so you're fine. Okay, and then my spending. Okay, so that's fine. I can afford a small war without this thing going hugely negative. Yeah. Wow, the Russians owe us a lot of money. 600, well, nearly 700,000 pounds, which is a not small amount. The watch on London. political backwardness and oppression. Liberalisation, excellent. So I can either say bloody revolutionaries, which makes people more liberal, and a little bit of militancy gain. Ugh, no. No, definitely not. We shall criticise him for being a little bit too Gallic in protesting in the streets rather than just being quiet. And, it's fun to be in the YMCA, and people lose consciousness. Okay, so upper house, more support swing from Conservative to Liberal. That's good. Although I was really worried the Conservatives will block any form of reform, but it's nice to see when the militancy goes up that they will support vote for reform. That's fine. Cash crops. Jafina to coffee. Wish it would highlight the province for you. Jaffna, there we go. Well, it currently produces tea, so no. It's not British to have coffee. Blech. You just export that to foolish people in Italy or France or something. And keep the tea for ourselves. Oh, okay, let's just save it. That's fine. I keep forgetting that with the technology. I'm used to hearing the bleep-deep bloops. We'll go for realism. I mean, I already have a ridiculous amount of prestige compared to the other great powers. But it never hurts to have even more ridiculous amounts of prestige. The literacy level is slightly worrying. But I am trying to fund education system as much as I can. New vein of coal in Arg. Ag. Currently produces tea, so yeah, okay. I do produce a lot of tea. I don't mind switching it for coal, but I'm not switching it for coffee. Which is silly. Good. Another liberal author. Yes. Make everybody more liberal. Classics rediscovered. So we're more interested in ancient Greece and Rome. And I can either say, honestly, have you nothing better to do? Which is just a bad choice. It's good to see the classics receiving some attention. Socratic dialogues, anyone? And this makes rich people liberal, which is actually really handy. I know there aren't many rich people. Like rats carrying contagious diseases, breaches, blah, 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 blah. Free provinces. Okay, so just the liberals are getting agitated. That's not a problem. Liberal agitation spreads again. This will all go away when the liberal revolutions end, and it's a lot more of a problem for Germany. A liberal insurrection. Can negotiate. Or I can send in the troops. No, negotiate. It's not British to go around shouting death to the king, and also we have a queen, you fools. So Bad Boy or Infamy seems to drop relatively slowly. Keep an eye on it. I have two inventions that can fire. I can have the White Man's Burden as well. But it's not giving me those. One thing I mean, I know this was in the original Victoria, but it annoyed me there as well. It's like, yeah, I've researched this technology, and then it's like, where is it? There. Oh, it's not even active, that one. I need nationalism and imperialism as well. Ugh. Reactionaries. Yuck. Who likes reactionaries? Yeah, it's a little bit quiet. Any wars going on? Russian Ottoman freedom? The Ionian Islands? What? Which are mine, so yay. But the Ionian Islands, the well-known astrophysics center of Corfu, although I'm sure astrophysicists would love going to Corfu, has discovered Neptune. Awesome. Well done, Ionian Islands. It's probably the only time you're ever going to see them in the whole game, because I'm pretty sure I'll get a treaty firing to give them to Greece, which is fine by me. Oh, I can okay, so not many people want universal ballots, which is probably the one I would go for. No. Immigration. That's a nice one. Trade unions are allowed. No. What are they after? Ah, free press. So they want a free press. That is absolutely fine. I was never going to censor the press anyway, so yes. Free press, definitely. So in this way, the militancy goes down again when you enact a reform, which is actually really like, and I wish the game did a better job of teaching you that. So, for instance, if you have a rebel faction that gets really, really big and really powerful, an event, to my mind, should fire saying, unless you know, Prime Minister, unless you do something then. Luddites. Okay. I will hint at policy changes, although I really don't like Luddites. Technology is the way forwards. So, tough. Which incidentally is going to be a really big problem in a few years when robots start doing the same thing. But never mind. All hail our robot overlords. Okay, so we're expanding railways everywhere, that's fine. Yeah, the unit. Yeah, the unit noise, like this. That. Me doing that should make a noise. I don't know why they've turned off. I'll maybe, between videos, I'll try and fix that. Still nowhere I can colonize. Come on. 1% per month. Really annoying. Again, I know I could just think you can use the console to just let you do it, but I don't know. Don't make me bored, game. I'm going to start doing things. Generally, the mod has a lot more stuff going on. I did find, particularly in the vanilla version of Vicky 2, you could play for like 5 years and nothing interesting would happen if you just left it running. Whereas now there's the Heart of Darkness definitely improved that, and this mod's done loads of stuff for it. Yes, peace and civility rule the day. Yes, excellent. We walk a little bit more proudly than before. I always knew this to be true. So, not a great event in the grand scheme of things, but who cares? The Conservatives in this aren't terrible. I just have to make sure that the Tories don't get in instead. Punch! We'll keep an eye on them. People a bit more consciousness. It's good. Military hospitals, also good. Which I think is trickle back into into your units. I also noticed that my military power goes up and down depending on whether I declare war or not, which is cool. I know it says I'm 5th, but I'm pretty sure... Okay, so the Russians, the Prussians, and the French have a higher military power than us. So in the case of the Russians, that'll be a metric boatload of divisions, and the same for the French, and probably the same for the Prussians. But see how their organisation is at half, and mine is at full. I have a suspicion that my divisions are a lot better trained and equipped. I know they're trained at 0, but they're regulars, and I reckon they're probably using quite a lot of just standard infantry. More swing towards Liberal, that's good. Not newspaper. Russian Empire and Egypt are at war. Oh yeah, that was the war of... Okay, so Egypt has become independent-ish. And is attempting to break free of the Ottomans, I think. The French have speared Egypt? No, 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 no. No, no, no. Definitely not. Time for the British to sort out the Orient. Right. Treaty on economics. Yes, more liberals. The lower classes will become socialist eventually. But I need to make sure the middle class are as liberal as possible. Right, can I go for it? Yes, this is what people want. Universal suffrage. Yes. Good. That is excellent. What are our top 3? I'm importing quite a lot of print, which is newspapers, which is interesting. Oh, and books, I suppose. That's not a bad thing, but I'm wondering why. Pretty sure there was I had a print factory in the southeast. Paper mill, stock exchange, bank. Do I not have a print factory? Bakery, cement. Ah, excellent. So standardized muzzle-loaded rifles. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Lumber, bronze, bakery, steel. End of the revolution. Well, there wasn't really a revolution. But sure, lower militancy is fine. And we got our universal vote franchise out of it, which is very, very nice. Okay, I don't seem to have a newspaper factory. I really like how they put in clerk or clerk only factories. I think that's a really cool idea. Okay, that's good. More prestige is always good. We can enact the following decision. Scotland Yard. Yes. Militancy and non-colonial. Down a tiny little bit. Good. Um... Okay. I know earlier I was saying, where's it show your accepted cultures? I can see it right there. Realist literature. Technology. Okay, good. Technology. Associationalism. British research complete. Paraguay. Let's try and stay out of South America as much as we can. It's just a big mess. What's my infamy? 8. So I could start fabricating a claim on Collat. Might be worth doing, actually. Okay, we'll do that after the election has finished. Rather than jumping straight in there. Maybe starting a war during an election campaign is not the brightest. It tends to make people angry. Anger against the government. Well, they're angry anyway. The current government is to blame. The current government is to blame. Vote Liberal. Just to find out that. We shall see. Because this will be the first election where everybody can vote. And there's railways finishing. Good. Artisans in Connaught fear for their livelihood. Okay, do I want free trade or do I want protectionism? Well, I want free trade, so tough. It's a global economy. Britain will be at the heart of that global economy, but get used to it. Realist music, very nice. I also like how they've added a lot of minor countries down here in Africa. And yes, I've seen the election events quite a lot, so I know what I'm looking for. Basically, where are they? The Whigs are free trade, laissez-faire, pluralistic, limited citizenship, and anti-military. So I'm going to try and encourage those views as much as possible. When they switch to the liberals and they become a protectionist, not protectionist, interventionist, then I'll swap to that. But this seems to help get the party that you want elected, which is nice. But I'm supposed to be the Conservative Prime Minister. I also like how Oxford seems to be the centre of the British railway network. No, I don't want anyone in favour of moralism. Pluralism is much better. Although there is no link here. So you can't get a train from Nottingham to Sheffield. What is that? It would be nice if the railways followed some sort of logical route. Okay, so faith. Okay, so I can't build a railway in Inverness until I get level 3 railways. Gold in California. I know well, once this video goes live, probably people are going to be screaming at me, declare war on the United States. I'm probably just going to leave them alone. That sounds expensive. Yeah, I'm again going to follow a fairly historical route. I'll release Canada as a Dominion. I think there's an event that fires to do that in a pop demand mod, or at least I hope there is. Again, similarly, Australia, New Zealand can be trusted to do their own thing. And if you could do it early enough, I've seen them in the Heart of Darkness, they actually go out and start colonizing the Pacific for you, which is very handy. But yeah, my focus is definitely going to be on India just now, and then Africa when the scramble starts. Okay. I like full citizenship a lot more than limited, but the only full citizenship party is Labour, I think. Freedom of trade shall not perish from this earth. Very decisively free trade. Right. Let's start building the case to add Kalat. Yep. No, can I not? Oh, wait. Ooh, wait. What's this? The Great Game? What will happen? Puppets. Okay, so this is make them a puppet with a lower infamy cost, which is cool. Demand concession. Why will they not? Why can I not make them a protectorate? Stop. Okay, has number of states more than or equal to 2. Does it? Oh, okay. So it has to be a single state country in order for you to make it a protectorate. So I can demand a concession, so I can demand that province, or possibly those 2 provinces off them. Or I can make them a puppet. Which I think I'll do. I think I'll play the Great Game. It's really nice that they added that. Justify the war. The Great Game. Proceed. That is a very low infamy cost. Easy to do. And that is exactly why I'm doing it. Because one thing I really don't want is the Russians coming down through Persia or anywhere else. Liberals declare... Really? Awesome. The British people have spoken. How much did they win by? That's the upper house. 60. Wow. Okay. Nice. So a combination of the liberal and anarcho-liberal parties. I don't think there's many anarcho-liberals. That's impressive given that 64% of voters are conservative. That the Liberals won. Yay for rigging elections. Yeah, there is no anarcho-liberal party. Just don't get in. These guys are great, by the way, if you want to take over the world. I saw I was reading on the forums about a guy who basically gave Ireland and Scotland independence, and then that made everyone in England incredibly annoyed, and then he was able to conquer the entire world apart from Ireland and Scotland, which he kept independent just to make the people in England and Wales furious, and then right at the end reabsorb them, conquering the whole world. I think it might be hard with pop demand mod though. Free trade and morals. We support free trade. Definitely not moralism. Ugh. Northern Cape Colony. Ah, excellent. This is necessary, so we gain... what? Yes. So I should get another province? Yep, this one. Excellent. Culture, Sotho, Kojin, and Boer. Awesome. So, this seems to be really nice. So colonists are actually, although it doesn't say they are, they're pushing out into these places, and then starting to influence. So like here, there's a little Boer community in this province. This one. Presumably some elsewhere? Yeah, here. So there are Boers living here, and when that population gets big enough, then they'll have a big problem with the Sotho, and then we'll have to come in and deal with it. Egypt. Again, really minor change, guys. If I click on that, just highlight Egypt for me. If that's possible as a mod, just please. They're now opposed to us. God damn French. They must have got an event that gave them that. Blah blah blah. How much time we got left? Okay, I'll play out the month. And then I think that'll probably be long enough for an episode, because I'm not quite sure how much that's gone on for, combined with the other one that crashed. British Schleswig explosive factory. No, just open it. Oh, I can't subsidise because I'm liberal again. Our new first minister is an inbred halfwit. I'm sure he'll be perfect for the job. A gauche buffoon. Lowers prestige. That's not great. Political awareness plus 10. Actually, it's perfect. Okay. And with that, I think I'll stop here, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.